This is a legend. So long ago, when our world was young, there lived a great and mighty king who ruled over a vast and prosperous land. But alas, his reign was not destined to last forever, for soon after, a terrible curse fell upon the kingdom. The fields withered and died, the rivers froze solid, and even the very sun seemed to hide its face behind a veil of clouds. All hope seemed to be lost until one day a hero appeared, armed with a powerful sword and a noble heart. The hero set out to slay the evil that had befallen the kingdom. Along the way, he made many friends and allies, including a beautiful princess who fell in love with him. Together, they faced many dangers and defeated many foes until finally, they stood victorious over the forces of evil. And so the curse was broken and peace returned to the land. And the hero and the princess lived happily ever after. Have you heard this story before? Maybe you were told it by your mother as she tucked you into bed, or maybe you read it in an old fairy tale book. Well, if you have, then you're in for a treat, because today we are going on an adventure to a magical world where all your favorite fairy tale characters come to life. But wait, before we begin our journey, make sure to hit that like button, and without further ado, let the adventure begin. A market bustled with activity as townspeople went about their daily business. Amidst the lively atmosphere, however, a sense of unease lingered. For years, rumors had spread of an impending icy doom brought forth by the merciless Ice General. Perched atop a castle overlooking the town, King Darkos paced anxiously, his heavy steps echoing his troubled thoughts. His queen, Lydia, with an elegant yet worried demeanor, joined him, her presence a comforting solace. Inside a humble cellar beneath the bustling marketplace, hidden from prying eyes, Myra sat alone, the glowing scroll open before her. The faint dance of flames across the ancient text illuminated her worried features. She whispered, "Why me? I am no heir, just a girl with no crown, no name." As if in response, the scroll glowed brighter, the words shifted, "The fire chooses, not the blood." Before she could ponder its meaning, footsteps echoed down the stairs. Myra quickly hid the scroll, hoping her secret would remain safe. Emerging into the dim light of the cellar, Timo, a loyal childhood friend, noticed Myra's burning eyes. Alarmed, he rushed to her side, whispering her name. Startled, Myra touched her hand. Suddenly, flames erupted, licking at her fingers, but strangely, they didn't burn her. In that moment, Myra realized the prophecy spoken of an heir whose flames danced without scorching, and to her horror, it was clear that she was that heir. Meanwhile, back at the castle, King Darkos and Queen Lydia presided over a war council with General Kale, a seasoned warrior with grim tidings. He reported their armies suffered heavy losses against the relentless ice army advancing south. "We need fire to combat ice," the king declared, frustration evident. "But where can we find it?" The queen shook her head, her gaze distant. "Legends speak of an heir of flame who will bring forth fire magic, but legends don't win wars." Suddenly, Prince Raven, the king's younger son, known for his cunning, stepped forward, a sly smile playing on his lips. "Perhaps the fire you seek already burns among your people. You just haven't looked low enough." He cast a meaningful glance at King Darkos, who frowned, though a flicker of intrigue crossed his eyes. In the training grounds outside the city, Myra practiced controlling her newfound powers with Timo by her side. She raised her hands, sending a burst of fire soaring into the air, scorching the earth below. Overwhelmed with emotion, Timo exclaimed, "By the gods, you really are the heir!" Tears streamed down Myra's face as she nodded, her voice trembling. "If I am, then it's my duty to fight. But how can one flame stand against an endless storm?" Her flame sputtered, threatening to extinguish. Taking her hand, Timo said, "You don't have to do it alone." As the camera pans away, we see Raven watching them from afar, a sinister smile creeping onto his face. Meanwhile, inside Raven's secret chamber, frustration boiled within him. Throwing objects around the room, he paced furiously. The hooded stranger watched silently, unfazed by the outburst. "The air is not me," Raven snarled, stopping abruptly. "It's her, the girl, Mayra." The hooded figure nodded, confirming what Raven already knew. "No," Raven roared, eyes blazing with fury. "If fire crowns her, then I will drown her flame in shadow. The throne will be mine." With that, he stormed out, leaving the hooded stranger still and silent. As night fell, casting long shadows across the land, the townspeople of Market City prepared for bed, unaware of the danger that lurked just beyond their sight. The Ice General, a formidable figure wreathed in frost, led his relentless army closer to the town, his cold, determined eyes fixed on Market City, a cruel smile playing on his lips. At his command, frost surged forward, consuming everything in its path. Trees froze solid, flowers wilted, and the very air grew deathly still. The icy tide advanced relentlessly, bringing with it the promise of a frozen fate for all who stood in its way. Meanwhile, deep in the chambers beneath the market, Mira stirred from her sleep. A sense of foreboding had crept into her dreams, and now she found herself inexplicably drawn to the cellar where she had discovered her magical heritage. As she made her way through the labyrinthine tunnels, the air grew colder, sending shivers down her spine. Suddenly, the entrance to the cellar came into view, but it wasn't the familiar opening she remembered. The once humble staircase was now encased in ice, barring her way. Panic surged through her as she realized the chilling truth. The Ice General and his army were upon them, and with each passing moment, the icy grip tightened around Market City. Desperation lent Myra speed as she raced towards the cellar. Her heart pounded in her chest, mirroring the urgency of the situation. As she neared the entrance, the icy presence seemed to grow stronger, sending a fresh wave of fear through her. With trembling hands, she reached out to touch the frozen steps, willing them to part and grant her passage. But the ice held firm, unyielding to her touch. Just when hope began to dwindle, a surge of power coursed through her veins. The flames in her hands flared, and with a cry of determination, she unleashed their power. The icy steps shattered, giving way to the fiery torrent. Smoke billowed, the air crackled with energy, and amidst the chaos, Myra emerged, her face grim with resolve. The camera sweeps across the frozen wasteland, revealing the full extent of the Ice General's army. Countless soldiers clad in shimmering armor advanced relentlessly, their faces obscured by frosty helms. At their head rode the Ice General himself, a towering figure radiating an aura of chilling command. His icy blue eyes scanned the horizon, a cruel smile playing on his lips. Back in the safety of the cellar, Myra and Timo huddled with the townspeople, their faces etched with worry. They watched as the icy tide approached, inching closer to the town's protective walls. The townspeople whispered amongst themselves, fear palpable in their voices. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from above, followed by the sound of shattering ice. The townspeople gasped as the cellar entrance, once more barred by ice, cracked and crumbled, revealing the sight of Raven standing defiantly. His dark cloak billowed behind him, his eyes blazing with determination. Taking charge, he rallied the townspeople, issuing orders with a newfound authority. As the camera pans away, we see the townspeople heeding Raven's call, each finding their place in the defense of their home. Their fear giving way to resolve, they prepared to face the encroaching darkness head-on. The final scene unfolds with the townspeople valiantly defending their home against the relentless army of ice. Arrows whizzed through the air, deflecting off the icy shields of the oncoming soldiers. Swords clash, sending sparks flying as the defenders hold their ground. Amidst the chaos, Mayra watches, her heart pounding in her chest. She knows that her destiny lies in confronting the Ice General, but fear paralyzes her. She looks to Timo for support, his encouraging gaze steadying her. As the battle reaches its climax, Mayra finds her courage returning. With a determined nod to Timo, she steps forward, ready to face her fate. The camera zooms in on the Ice General, his expression unreadable behind his frosty helm. He raises his sword, signaling another wave of attack. As the battle rages on, the fate of Market City hangs in the balance, poised between the valiant efforts of its defenders and the relentless advance of the icy horde. Will the flames prevail against the freezing cold, or will the icy grip extinguish all hope? Find out in the next chapter.